Good morning. Happy Tuesday. And it is a beautiful, beautiful sunny morning. It is beautiful. So, thank you, Lord Jesus. That's all I can say is that, yeah, I'm just loving having the sun. So, anyway, hello, I'm Jonna with Jonna's Journey. So, getting started this morning, I didn't know what I was going to work on this morning. And honestly, like I said, I do pray over my live this morning. I will say, though, it was just kind of a scattering of me talking to Jesus this morning. And not specific prayer, but good morning, Randy. But I was definitely like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to work on today. And, the Lord listens to us. He listens intently every moment that we call out to him. And I opened up, yes, you are, Randy. I opened up my phone, and all of a sudden I get a ting, and somebody had messaged me about some bookmarks, about these really cute flower bookmarks. And so, good morning. Hello, Lenora. So I am working on a bookmark order this morning, and she wants 20 of them. So that put a little more pep in my step this morning. So yeah, I'm excited about getting it worked on. So, he listened to me. He listened. He heard me. So now I've got a little project. So I did hurry and try to make one real quick before I got on, so I would just kind of know the pattern. And it's going to be super easy. It's not going to take me very long to make them, but of course, whenever I'm on here chatting, it'll take me longer because I'll be talking and stuff. But they are super cute. They're super simple. They're just the popcorn stitch and then a little heart here at the bottom. And I haven't got my ends woven in yet. I'm choosing to do them in cotton because I just think it's more, well, I have some durable acrylic too. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that one, but for the purpose of using as bookmarks, I think choosing to do them in the cotton is the best way to go. So that's what I'm doing. So, and I have some really good acrylic that would probably do good, but I'm just afraid that it will maybe, even though I have the no pill, low pill, whatever you want to call it, it can still get worn after a while on the acrylic, for some of that acrylic blends. So I'm choosing cotton. And I feel like the cotton is a little bit easier to wash. You don't have to worry as much about it. If they need to hand wash it, if they start getting a little dingy, they can hand wash it real quick and lay it out to dry. I know you can do that with acrylic too, but if you know, if you know, type thing. I guess it's in experiences that I've encountered with some things. So that's why I'm picky on even my acrylic that I use for my wearables. So how is everyone doing so far this morning? I about said this evening. Is everybody doing good? Are you at work, Randy? Hello, Dirk. You go to work at 2 today. Okay. So you don't have to go in early. That's good. That's good. So you can hang out with us for a little bit. That's nice. Okay, don't know. So anyway, I went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered me a 20-pound box of polyfill because I'm getting tired of having to go and buy and go and buy and go and buy. And they had it at Walmart, free shipping, which, yeah, it would qualify for free shipping with the cost, but it was a reasonable price, so I took it. That's okay, Dirk. Yeah, I can't read it, you know. I mean, I only know English, so I'm in America, so it's okay. And I don't have a translator thing on here or anything, so. Hello, Obed Perez? Okay, so I do have everything kind of in. What I think I'm going to do, though, is that I had to use a 2mm hook for the flower. I'm not using a 2mm with the cotton I'm using. I'm using, right now, but I'm thinking of switching. Right now, I used a, if I can see it, a 2.25 because that was about as small as I was willing to go. But I think I'm going to go bigger because they wanted you to use the F hook of the 3.75 for the leaves and the tail. I don't remember if it was the heart too or not, but I think I'm just going to use the same size for all of them. Because the leaf is so big, I think the flower needs to be just a tad bit bigger to look right, because I feel like the leaves are overpowering the flower. And I mean, and they're using a 4-weight worsted weight yarn. So it's not any different than the cotton that I'm using, because I'm using a regular 4 cotton. So it's not like the thread cotton, you know, like the real tiny stuff. So okay, I got this pink color done. She wants assorted colors, so I have tried to set out, I don't know, my mess here. I've tried to set out some different colors. Yeah, don't mind my nail stuff over there too. I still have my light and all my stuff out from doing my mom's nails, like, how long ago? Haven't put it away yet, that's okay. So, and I'm hoping that I am staying connected. Because I had tested everything, but I hadn't looked to check on my actual TV to see what the quality of my broadcast is. Okay, it looks like we're good. So, on my end anyway, everybody let me know if it's not coming in good on your end. On my end, I'm coming through okay, but good, I'm glad. Because I wondered whenever I first tested, it was coming through jankalanky. And it was like, no, we're just gonna readjust a little bit. And then it was like great. So, Okay, we're going to try this bigger hook. I don't know. May end up not liking it. I may just go up one more size from to the 275 instead of the 225. But we're just going to give it a try. It may be too much. I don't know. But I just feel like I said, you know, it just felt like the leaves were overpowering the rest of it. So I already did one pink. I'm going to try this light green, this minty green. But I have a busy, busy day today. Busy, busy day. After I get off of here, it's hitting the ground running. Because today's our prayer night, and oh, good, Randy, thank you. And I have an Aldi order. I have to go to the bank. I have to do all the things. So I tried to halfway put myself together, and I can throw my cardigan on, because sitting here, I was like, okay, I'm either going to freeze to death or I'm going to suffocate at some point in time. So it's like I chose to keep my cardigan off, but I may have to go put it back on because I'm sitting over here by the window, and I think that I might end up having to put my cardigan on. Okay, so now the popcorn stitches. And yes, they use popcorn stitch in here, and it's the true popcorn stitch. It's nothing funkalicious. The only thing is that they make the stitches smaller, you know, for the petals. They do a half double crochet instead of, you know, usually it's, you know, a double. And yeah, sometimes they use the treble if, you know, want it bigger, but yeah, these aren't going to really take a whole lot of time, and I'm happy about that because I can work on them here for the next, you know, maybe a couple days, get a few done while I'm on here and move on to something else. I would like to get them done for her before Mother's Day, just in case. I was gonna ask her. She wanted them by Mother's Day. She just said as soon as possible. So I figure it is their Mother's Day gifts for some special ladies. So that's what my goal is to get them done before Mother's Day, which I think will be fine because, like I said, I'm ahead of the game on the rest of my stuff right now. Right now, what I'm working on is just extras that I just want to make. I pretty well got my list done of what I wanted. The watering can gnome is sitting over here beside me. I did start it last night. I'm doing it in acrylic though. I'm not, and it's just the worsted weight acrylic. I'm not using the cotton. I just made my grandma's recipe for homemade goulash, and it came out perfect, just as if she made it. I'm tears of joy. Oh, that doesn't happen very often. That doesn't happen very often, does it? I mean, whenever we make something, we think, you know, that's nostalgic to us or whatever. Oh, I'm still trying to perfect my grandma's pancake recipe. You know, oh my gosh. But, you know, she used lard. I don't use lard. So that's probably the secret ingredient right there. That and the grandma's love, you know, the special love that comes along with it. But that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, that makes it even more special. So, yeah. Because I remember the time that I tried to make my grandma's tomato juice cake, because my grandpa, that was his favorite cake. So we were getting together for something. It's been a few years ago, a couple years ago. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do this this tomato juice cake. And it's just a spice cake is what it is. But you use tomato juice in it, and then your spices and stuff. And it makes for a really nice, moist cake, you know. So I go to do it. It was a flop. I mean, as far as flavor went, no, it wasn't a flop. But it was just like, this doesn't, no, this isn't grandma's cake, you know? And I was so nostalgic over it because I felt like I was actually in the kitchen with my grandma, cooking really, because it was her handwritten recipe, everything. But it was a nice experience. I'm glad I did it. And for that connection for just a little bit, it felt like with her was worth all of it. So everybody was gracious and tried it. And yes, it tasted fine, but it certainly did not look like her cake. So, it's awesome whenever it all. Can gnome is definitely going to be a little bit smaller, and that's okay because it's more of a feminine whatever, but it's still in a way, but not. I mean, it's still going to have its little gnome beard. I'm still going to go ahead and do the beard for it. I wondered about doing it in a girl style, but it was like, no, I'll just go ahead and leave it this way. And I got his nose done, got his arms done, and I'm working on his beard. And I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I don't know how big it's going to end up being. I still have about out to here-ish maybe to go. And it's a blend of wool, and I think there's maybe some acrylic in it. And then I don't remember if the other's like an alpaca. I don't think it's alpaca though. It's something else. But anyway, don't know. I don't know yet. Excuse me. So I'm trusting the process in it. I do like it for the different colors of blue and white and whatever in it, because it is going to be blue. The watering can up here will be blue, and then it has flowers on the top of the watering can. So we shall see. So I am getting close to being done with that watering can gnome. I just have the watering can part after I get done with this beard, and hopefully it won't give me any fits. It isn't something that the structure is, like with the handles that I had for the rake and the shovel. So it's nothing that I'm going to have to put wire in or do anything like that, which is fine to do. But, like I said, I'm having to redo the rake and make it to where it's going to be more durable to stand and do all that. So I am opting to get the watering can done first, and then I will move on to get my rake done. Because then I'll just take my time to get the rake done. And it just seems like this week is just going to go so fast, but that's okay because I'm prepared. I am prepared. I'm just going to take my time of making sure that I have everything priced, marked, make some little signage for some of this stuff, make sure those signs I still have them, or I might have to redo them, which is no big deal because they're just chalk signs. So I can get all my stuff, kind of, and really it's mainly just the kitchen stuff, like my dishcloth, towels, pot holder type stuff, whatever. That are more that I set them up now for, one for so much or so many for so much, because people tend to do that. They tend to want kind of a variety. So that's the way they tend to usually buy them from me. So, and sometimes I will do like a bundle, that are all the same color or something like that, but not very often because then I get asked, if there's any separate and whatever, because they just want to mishmash, or they're buying them for gifts for people separately or whatever. So it just depends. Now my chickens, I do have those in pairs. So I'll just have a sign with the price on them, what they are for the pair or whatever, which I think most of them I did go ahead and put my tags on. So I'll just have to make sure that they all do have a tag if that's what I did. There we go. Hey, Jackson. Yes, I'm doing good. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I halfway put myself together, so whenever I get off here today, I'm ready to go because I have a lot to get done today. So, and I got to stay on it so I don't fall behind on my other stuff and stay focused on what I need to get done, what needs to be done. Because really, next week, I'm just wanting to kind of chill. I don't want to be racing all over the place and stuff. Um, so this is the week just to tie up loose ends. I've got everything organized from doing that. What was that? A week, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. So I have my inventory lists, thanks to Lenora, and she was very kind to help me on that. And like I said, I've been on it about pricing all my stuff and putting it in its respective containers, tubs, whatever. And right now, so far, I have two of my longer narrow tubs, and then I have just one smaller blue tub. So, but I want to go through and organize some of that stuff a little bit more, so then everything is of the like, and in the tubs and stuff, which isn't going to take me very long because I pretty well already have it done. But I do have me a basket that I have been putting some of my little critters in and just laying them in there very, so they don't get squished to death. So, and I think I'm going to, and I've been putting my keychains in the one tub, but just kind of laying them to the side too so they don't get squished. But I think I am going to end up putting them in my basket with the rest of that stuff. So, okay. And this just is not taking up hardly any yarn at all. So it will be a nice little price point too of, for her, and be reasonably priced, Okay, I need to remember the 3 single crochet on this one because I did not remember it on my one. And it doesn't matter anyway, it wasn't anything significant, but It's a single, isn't it? Or no? Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3. I remembered. No, it's a good scrap buster. Oh, yeah. Because this is stuff, even though there's some full skeins or whatever here of this, of what I'm using, it was in my scrap because it was from things that I had bought in several skeins of to make stuff, like my dishcloths, dish towels, bandanas, stuff like that. Now, the cones that I have, I bought them to make bags out of, my market bag. I'm going to make, at some point in time, it'll probably be what I take as my go bag to work on some of these little kind of medium-sized market bags, like the one that this chevron one that I did. I'm going to do one in that coral rose and that teal. So those aren't scrap, of course, but I am going to make some of these out of this, so out of that. So yeah, it's awesome. It's, yeah, awesome. Because the girl that messaged me, she was like, I've got to have these. And I was like, I can hook a girl up. And she was like, yes, please. And I was like, well, how many do you want? And she put the face, and she said 20. And I was like, hey, I can do it. I can do it. I can so do it. And I love doing things like this anyway. And I have made some of these bookmarkers. It wasn't this pattern. It was the lavender, I think. I did attempt one of those. I made one and I was done. And then I think I did do a couple of mushroom. And this has been a while back. Quite a while back. This was last year when I did those. Single crochet. Okay. And they said to glue this. I'm not gluing them. I'm not opposed to glue. I'm not, because so far everything that I have been doing as far as glue goes, but of course I understand, with wear and tear and stuff and whatever. I have had good luck with gluing both the tacky, Fabri-Tac, whatever you choose to use, of those types of glue, because even more so with those fabric, more geared towards fabric type fiber glues really do work. Hot glue, to me, it just kind of melts the fibers, especially with acrylic. And even with the cotton so far, I have tested, I have pulled, I have yanked, I have done everything on some of them, the things that I'm keeping for me, and so far so good. But on those, for my others that I've made to sell, I have put on there, and I have touched on this already, I know, not intended for toy. Again, whatever they decide to do with that once it leaves my hands is not my business, not my problem. And I'm not saying that to be snotty or anything. It's just the way that it is. It's a matter of fact. It's what the reality is. And so I do keep that in mind, but I have also, with some of them, I have sewed and I've glued both. So they're just kind of like a double. So if it does get used as a toy, then it'll be double reinforced. So, because there has been some of my projects that I've been on here and that I've just glued, but I've went back and tacked them too. So this, I'm not doing that because these are going to be used over and over again. If they're, especially if they're going into a Bible and stuff like that, they're going to get used constantly. So I am not gluing them. I am sewing them. And it worked perfectly on this other one that I did. I didn't have any problems with sewing it at all. So oh yeah, I forgot I need to work the heart first. Where's my green? And that's the thing, the petals for the leaves are the same. You do it for the heart too, that it's at the bottom. So I love that, which you can mix it up if you want to. I even have some of my, and these are ones that I bought to make dishcloths out of, that I bought extra of, that I've already made dishcloths out of. And these are my extras that I, like I said, just have left over. So I have a denim one here that I thought about doing that, because that would remind me of like a cornflower. Kind of like, is that what they're called? I think cornflower. And evening sea, I kind of like that for different shades of like purple and blue. And so I'm going to kind of pull it out and see what colors it's going to kind of give me, which I'll be working enough that'll probably pull quite a few maybe out of it. Maybe not quite a few, but enough. Two, three, and I like the way they do their heart on this. I have done so many different versions of hearts, even my own version I've tried to attempt to do, because I just have not really ever found a good heart pattern. I really like this one. So, because it's just where you chain 3, do 4 double crochet, then you do a treble, and then you do 4 double crochet again. And then you just chain 3 and slip stitch right back into that hole. And then chain 1 to secure it. Oh, my Alexa is going off for some reason. Okay, I'm going to leave tail onto that maybe a little bit. Wait until I get this done. Slip this into, and then all you do is chain 50, or however long of a chain you want. And if I hadn't mentioned it yet, I found this pattern on Etsy. It was what the gal wanted, and so with the bulk orders she gave me, I did go on and buy it, because it averaged out to be like 30 cents per item. So I put that into the price, basically, you know, put it into consideration. And since I'm using scrap and not having to buy anything, it was worth the $6 to get the pattern. If I was just getting it to do it like one time for me or whatever, or if it was a pattern that I thought, oh, well, I like it, I'll try to make it for market and hope for the best. No, I wouldn't have done it. But this way, I get a pattern I can continue to use. I've made my money off of it. Good to go. Hello, Cinnamon Roll. How are you? Then I attach my cord to that middle single crochet that I made earlier. I need to turn that around. Fasten it off. I can cinch up that heart. I cracked my fingernail or split it on the side, and it's about to drive me crazy. It keeps hanging up and everything. And I know what to do about it, but here it is. I'm still just letting it be. I wouldn't know anybody, nail tech or anything. Oh, geez. Hello, Tracy. How are you? It's nice to see you again, too. I'm working on a flower bookmark order this morning, so. And I originally thought in my head, I was like, oh, well, I can do like a little assembly line thing. It's like, no, I know how that goes for me. And these are so easy just to put together while you're in the midst of it. Why, so why do that? How can you learn to crochet? By watching some tutorials, watching fellow crocheters, asking questions, purchasing some yarn to just practice with. Don't do a huge investment right away. Go to Dollar Tree and pick up some acrylic yarn that you're not, throwing a bunch of money out there. Get a skein or two of some colors that you like, whatever they might have to offer. Some Dollar Trees are better than others on that. And I always suggest starting out with like a G or an H hook, which is like a 4 and 5 millimeter. No, 5 is an I. So like a 3.5 millimeter, 4 millimeter, something like that. And just getting a regular 4-weight yarn. So then you just can practice your tension. Start out making a chain. Just start practicing your chain. Chain all day. Chain the length of your house. Chain, chain, chain. Because that's where you're going to learn how to do your tension and all of that. That's where you're going to learn how to hold your hook. The best way for you to hold your hook. Wrapping and tension in your fingers of the yarn. Things like that. For the advice. I'm so grateful. Okay, now I have to go buy. Okay, we'll see you again soon, Cinnamon, and good luck. Thanks for popping in. get these strings moved to the side so then whenever I put my flower on, because yes, I think that looks better. The ratio is better. I like that a lot better in comparison. I don't feel like the flower's getting overtaken. I feel like it's a good balance. Yeah, because at least you just get practice in, Cinnamon. Just practice doing that and then move on to, learning different stitches as you're comfortable, Okay, go through. There you go. Oh, come on. Just need you to pull through. Make sure I'm staying centered. I need to put that right there. And one more right here. Okay, number 2 is done. What happened there? Okay, I need to pick up those loops. Almost had an emergency 911 here, crochet disaster, but we're getting it. Somebody didn't tie off something, or they clipped something they shouldn't have. So we're just going to pick these stitches up and get them threaded back. And it will all be good. Okay. What time are you planning on leaving? Because I am going to need my vehicle today.
I was planning on leaving like right now.
Okay, well, I need to go to the bank and all that before it closes, which is the drive-through probably closes at I think like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I have an Aldi order to pick up at between 5 and 6.
Okay.
On my way to church, because church is at 6. So, because otherwise I don't need it until then. Hooray! Disaster averted.
So we'll probably be done at like 3:15.
Yeah, as long as you're here by 3:30, I don't care, because it'll take me, what, 10 minutes to get to the bank? So.
Works for me. Alright. I shall be back.
Okay, have fun. Okay, we are good to go. Everything's safe and sound now. And we have flower number 2. I think you can even like maybe wrap that around even if you wanted to kind of store it, or to kind of package it, like you can kind of wrap it, and just kind of cute, which I think I'll go ahead and do that. And maybe the next time I go to tack it, I won't tack it so much to where I can kind of put it under this one a little bit more. Because I sewed that one on differently than what I did this one, and I think I like the version of this first one I did first, because I ended up using my tails, and I clipped my tails, and I think that's what my problem was. I think that's where my oopsie happened. But I was able to bounce back. So yeah, just wrap it and then have it all tucked away like that. So you doing anything fun today, Randy? Since you don't have to go, if you're still here, since you don't have to go to work until later. Here's my yellow. Oh no, my green first. Yeah, I'm gonna do green first and not the yellow. Just stick with my green for all of them, it'll be easier. Oh, somebody in their peps in the back of their truck. That always scares me to death. What's the matter, Will? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to let Lou out. I will be right back. And I'm gonna warm up my coffee too. And grab my cardigan. Can you go potty? Is that what you want to? Nice out. Okay, I am back. She'll probably stay out for a while, I think. I don't know. It's pretty nice out. I mean, it's chilly, but it's nice. Yes, hope she doesn't come back in a total mess. Which, I guess if she does, she does. Just as long as she doesn't get it all over me, we'll be fine. Hello, Danielle. Daniela, sorry. Welcome back. Yeah, I went to let Luna out to go potty. Had to grab my cardigan because I was starting to get chilly and warm up my coffee. And just stretch my legs a little bit because we've been on here for an hour, so. How are you doing today, Daniela? Yes, Luna is my dog. It's a nice sunny day. It's chilly, but it's nice and sunny, so she'll probably stay out and play for a little bit. And I'm happy we're kind of getting a break in the weather as far as storms and rain and everything go, because she gets so nervous. She gets really anxious. So. Good. They changed some stuff that changes in my school. Aw. Thought you changed, then I thought it was just losing my mind. No, I just put my cardigan on. I just put it on. Because I was starting to get a little bit chilly. At moving around, I get so hot, but then whenever I go to sit down, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm a little bit cold now. Gonna start doing outfit changes. I don't think that's necessary. Oh gosh, that's funny though. Now, if I was advertising my wearables, that would be something different. I could have, clothing changes. Hello, sorry, I only speak English, but welcome to the chat, the live. Okay, I didn't close that up. Finishing up a snake. Fun. So if I'm not typing, that's why. Hey, that's perfectly fine, Daniela. I get to crocheting and get, behind myself, So no worries there. Because a lot of times that's what we end up doing. It's just like we're in our little crafting circle. Because even in our crafting circles, we all get in our zone and don't talk as much. So that's okay. And some people, that's all they do want to do is just kind of sit and feel like they're with somebody and not necessarily talk the whole time. But I do encourage engagement, but not always, It's all good. No apologies on that is needed. I just appreciate everyone being here and hanging out with me, keeping me company. Okay, leave the strings on this one, Jonna. I can't remember if I'm supposed to chain on this one. That's the one I don't remember on. Okay, it's just a single crochet. Double. Now I'm just hoping that there's not a bunch of side-by-sides going up and down the road today. Probably not as many today, but oh my gosh. Luna and she does not like the side-by-side. She doesn't like four-wheelers, three-wheelers, any ATV-ish type vehicles she does not like. It's so funny watching her when she gets ready to go after them, but I don't like it at the same time. But it's like she's creeping up on an animal. Shouldn't like him. But tractors and things like that, she leaves alone. I mean, I don't have to worry about her on that. And when she does go, she only goes to a certain point. She doesn't go right into them. So I'm thankful for that too. So I like hanging out with you too. Well, I enjoy your company, Daniela. I really do. Sorry for the slurp. I hate it. I don't like slurping, and I just slurped. So thank you, Jesus, for pointing that out to me. I don't like slurping in here. I'm slurp. Oh, gosh. Hello, is it Denu? Hello, Danae. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. I got done eating lunch. Now I need to clean my kitchen and put the rest of the food away, get ready for work. Have a groovy day. Well, you have that same groovy day, Randy. I hope it's an awesome day at work. I hope everything goes great. And many blessings to you too. My dog goes crazy all the time when they see a squirrel. Oh, squirrels, rabbits, chipmunks, raccoons. It doesn't matter. And we see them all here. Deer. Oh, she goes nuts on deer. We have deer come through our yard pretty well every day at some point. It depends on season too and stuff too. Turkeys even. I haven't seen them though for a few years. But we used to have a group of turkeys that would come through across the yard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how funny is that? And one time, which I don't know, I think I put it up as a short maybe. I was leaving the house and Luna, I think she was with me. I don't remember now. Goats. There was a goat. And we have no goats here at all, but it had to have been the neighbors. And it was so funny because I was driving down the road and I have this goat just trotting along with one of their healers behind him. It was, and the healer was hurting the goat. It was great. I loved it. I think I have it as a short. One of my dogs is always hunting flies. I think that's a dog thing too. I honestly do, because she'll chase a fly around the house, I think, just for something to do. She doesn't do it a lot, but I mean, if she catches one, she's on it, and I'm like, no, you don't eat bugs. We don't need to eat the bugs. But she feels the need. I don't know. But she's a dog, and I know this. But he's always eating it and jumping around to get it and keep his eyes on. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Daniela, I know. What kind of bookmarks are you making? I've got some here. I'll show you. I made two of them. I've kind of wrapped them around now, but it's the flower and the heart. Little flower, and then it unravels, and I have them just kind of wrapped up, kind of cute for packaging. So, yeah. And then I've done a pink one already. So now I'm working on a yellow. They wanted assorted colors, so that's what I'm doing. I have my little pile here, so, and using up some of my extras left over, scrap, and some that I'm using for other projects, but can use a little bit for this too. So thank you, Daniela. Well, I'm on number 3, so I have 17 more. 17 more to make, which is going to go pretty quick. It's going to go pretty quick. Come on. Okay, I need to remember I'm doing double crochet here. Start doing single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I have to go right now, but I will join back. Okay, Daniela, that's fine. Thanks for joining us if we don't get to see you again today. I appreciate it. Okay, now I can join this. You know, Lenora, how we were talking about how we're, the late nights and whatever catching up to us and stuff. I was just scrolling through lives. I don't remember what day it was. It might have been yesterday even or the day before. No joke. What is it with the girl and sleeping? I was like, I guess if you could just, if we get too tired, we could always just sleep. But to me, watching somebody sleep is a little bit creepy. But yes, we are in spring right now, Tracy. We are in spring. I saw that and I was like, okay. To each their own. And that, I didn't look at any comments really or look at any of her, her description thing or whatever. I don't know if she does it for a comfort thing, because there was somebody I heard a while back that they did that, but it was a comfort thing or whatever, which, okay, again, to each their own, But I was like, oh boy. No, I think I need to take a break. As much as I love doing it, yeah, need to take a break. So I didn't know if you had saw that or not. I talk in my sleep, so that's not Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't think I do. Now my sister, she always did, and I thought it was hilarious. So I would have a total conversation with her. I loved it. I could ask her all kinds of stuff and whatever. And one time she was chasing a ball, a bouncing ball or something. I was like, oh, where'd it go? And it was so funny. Because we shared a bedroom and she slept in one corner of the room and I slept on the opposite other side of the room in the other corner. And she'd just be over there talking away. She was one that always, she wanted to get to bed, go to sleep, whatever, and here I am staying up, had the light on, reading, crocheting, doing something, you know. Which, you know, later now in my older years, finding out that it had very much to do with my ADD. But I didn't know any different, you know. It was just what I did, and, you know, and thank the Lord that's the way it did happen, and, you know, I took advantage of it, you know. I didn't let it hinder me, that's for sure, so. I did the same thing to mine, but we would also have full conversations in our sleep. I believe that. I believe that. Now, I would sleepwalk whenever I was younger. My mom talking about me sleepwalking. That's what I did, more so than anything. And I do remember waking up in the middle of my sleepwalks. So, in our old house, not in our new one that we moved into, but whenever we were still in our old farmhouse that was in the middle of town. Um, but not the one that we're renovating right now. Actually, our house that was in town that was kind of a farmhouse style, it actually got moved years ago, back in the 70s, after we built the house that my parents are still living in town. It got moved out to the outskirts of town, and it's still sitting out there. I see it almost about once a week, and it's kind of weird to see it sit out there. And I don't know, I think it's been bought and sold a time or two. I don't know what it looks like on the inside now, but I would love to see, because I totally remember how it looked, you know, back in the day, but I don't know what shape it's in now, you know. There's people still living in it, though. I mean, oh, come on. Thank you. Try not to break this sewing needle today. I need to invest in some different ones, because I will say I've had these for a long time, so they've been through it all. So they're probably getting tired. They've definitely got their use through the years. But that one yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday, the day before, just snapped. It was like, oh, okay, that was good. I'm glad I found the pieces to it, because if Lou would have gotten one of us, and her and her paw or her feet, oh geez, wouldn't have felt good at all. Get my ends sewed in to get this flower sewed on. The other morning, I thought my daughter overslept, so I woke her up. She said I told her she could stay home. Even told her what to do to feel better, right? I said, well, at least I was looking out for your health and my sleep, right? Right? So you weren't, talking out of your head, you were making sense. You were enough with it. Okay. Now I need to. Okay, I don't know what Alexa is wanting to tell me. It keeps pinging. Okay, come on. Okay, I don't know if that's going to work or not. Oh, yeah, well. I better do that one more time. Okay, think we're good to go. Try this off. And we have flower number 3 done in the yellow. Wrap that up. Okay, so I can put my yellow in there. I am going to try one of these blues. Don't know who that was. Didn't say it was a telemarketer, but I don't know the number. Okay. Try this blue. Oh, this is going to be pretty. I can tell already. And you know, this is so funny, but in this pattern, whenever I was looking at it, and I was just gonna go over the stitches and whatnot and whatever, not gonna say, and I know I said, you know, popcorn stitch, and it's a true popcorn stitch. I actually got really excited about that because I thought whoever did this pattern knows what a popcorn stitch is, and they're not trying to call it something else. And it didn't tell me to do, you know, it said like, so it's like, okay, it's like, you know, you got it going on. So yeah. I know it's the weirdest thing to get excited about that, but you know, if you know, you know. Once again, you know, us old timer crocheters, you know. And it's just, I mean, a basic pattern, you know. And yes, I could have probably figured it out on my own and whatever, but really, I just wanted to go by the pattern because, you know, it's what they found it and that's what they wanted. I was like, okay, so I'll do it authentically, you know, of what they want, you know, and support a fellow crocheter. So, and I was even more happy about that. Like I said, whenever I actually read the pattern, it was like so refreshing. So refreshing. Okay, yeah, I was in the right one. Thought I messed up there for a minute, but I didn't. Okay. Come on. There you go. Louis Kang. Again, I never, Liu Kang, however, I know who you are, but I always screw up your name. I am so sorry, but how are you? It's so good to see you. I have been doing great. Did you have a good Easter? No, I trained too many on that. I'm good. How are the dogs doing? My pup is 4 months old now. Luna is doing good. She's outside playing right now, which is doing her some good because, we've had weather and everything, and she gets, super nervous. And so she's loving some being outside. So doing her some good today. And all your little pup, 4 months old, so cute. I love puppies. Takes a lot of work training them though. I'd honestly rather get them as pups though, so then I can train them the way that I want, But there's something to be said for older dogs too, rescue dogs and stuff, because we've had a few of those that have been really good pups for us too, so I can't diss on that too much. Treble, double, half double. I don't think I made that a half double. The bond is much stronger as a puppy. Oh, absolutely. Because, that's the way it is with Luna. It's crazy how smart she is. And I talk to her like normal and she understands. And there's some people that don't understand that, they don't get it. But even my best friend that was so the opposite way of dogs until she started getting dogs, and doing the same thing, she's like, oh my gosh, you're so right. You're so right. So, and that's what I was getting ready to ask. I couldn't remember what you had. A black lab. Yeah. Yeah. Luna's part black lab, part pit. So, and she has a fair amount of both. She is definitely her assorted breed. Yeah. Okay. I'm doing it right. Thought I had too many in there for a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, they are. They are. But whenever we had Bailey, she was a full blood blue healer. You talk about some energy. She had Luna beat. She had Luna beat. No, I have not. Oh, you're going to Trinidad in July. Wow. No, I have never been overseas. Never been. I say that I would like to one day because I would like to go to Scotland and Ireland because my grandparents are from Scotland, but um yeah, I don't know. I don't know now with the way things have been kind of going with air travel. I know they still say it's the safest mode, and I get it, but I'm like, And I don't tend to be as much of a control freak anymore, but it's like I kind of want to if I'm here on the ground, I feel like I have a little bit more control over, but again, you know, if things are meant to happen, I have no control over that. So. But I would like to at least do one plane ride. I've never been on a plane, never ever been on a plane. So that is one thing on my bucket list that I would like to eventually maybe try. But then there's sometimes I'm like, maybe I can knock that off my bucket list. So we'll see. My cousin lives in Ireland or Scotland. Cool. That is so cool. Have you ever been on a cruise? No, I have not. And that's one thing that I used to always think that I wanted to do too until we had that thing happen here, a few years ago that we went through. Um, no, I don't. I don't have any desire to do that either now because I don't want to end up getting stuck on there and not being able to get off and whatever, which, you know, but no, I've never been on a cruise. I would maybe consider it in the future for like if it was just over the course of maybe just a few days. But I know one of my best friends, her and her sister, mother, they do a girls' trip and they'll do a cruise like a year sometimes or every few years. And even us for our 50th birthdays, we were thinking of doing that, but that was pre that era but we never did do it, you know. You gotta live, come to Florida and go on a cruise. Oh, believe me, I do plenty of living, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things that, again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be out there in the middle of an ocean too and not being able to see land, land and, whatever. Uh, so I'm good. I am good with being planted on the earth right now. So, and living that way. And I would probably never get my husband to do any of it either. To get, I know I wouldn't get him to go on a cruise. Pretty sure I wouldn't. Uh, it took me, oh my gosh, how old were the boys? The boys were teenagers when we first actually ever took a vacation together, other than our honeymoon. Seth had his license, I know, so he was at least 16, 17, and I finally got him talked into going to Nashville. And after that, he was for it. So we started, and that was our destination, and still was up until. I mean, we were even in Nashville whenever the virus hit, was hitting good when they were closing stuff down. Because I was actually down there for a nail show, and they canceled it while we were down there. So we just went ahead and stayed though, and I loved going to the Nashville show because I could always get all my hours and everything, and we could have like a little vacation. So that all said, my husband drives truck for a living, and too, and so he doesn't want to have to drive everywhere. He doesn't want to really go anywhere, but he doesn't really get to visit the places, to see what they have, whenever he's out trucking. So he has looked at it differently that way now, too. And he knows that I'm not getting to do that. He gets to go to all these different places. I don't. Although his circle has gotten smaller as far as, because he is more local now, he's not over the road anymore. He used to be, but it's very nice. I've been to Bahamas and Mexico. Yeah, my oldest, he, even to get married, he was wanting to go to Mexico. Mexico, Mexico. He's all about wanting to go to Mexico. And so then I was like, okay, if my kid's getting married and he's going to have a destination wedding, I'm going to have to get on a plane and start. But then all this other plane stuff started happening too. But now they've decided that they'll probably, if anything, get married in Tennessee, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm okay with Tennessee. I'm absolutely okay with going to Tennessee. So I love Tennessee. Are the bookmarks you're working on for one person or a group? It's for one person. She ordered 20. She ordered 20. So, yep. One person. I haven't got her ask yet, but I think that it's probably maybe for like Mother's Day gifts, possibly. Because she said that she'd like them as soon as I could get them done, which is fine. I have time. I'm ahead of everything as far as all of my market stuff goes. I'm sitting good with that, except for just making some stuff that I want to make. I don't have to make. And, I'll have stuff there that I'm working on in my go bag too. So and take some time to maybe make a few extra things. But you know, whatever I get done, I get done. I'm, like I said, I'm sitting okay right now, I think. But you know, I'll still continue to crochet stuff. Yeah, stay on top of it. Because depending on how this venue turns out, if I do like it, I'll be turning around and doing one within, I'm trying to remember if it's like maybe 3 weeks from then, possibly. I think I'm gonna have to look again on the schedule. So I'm hoping that this venue really does work out for me and that it is good, because they do have several things, like I've discussed I think the other day, several things a year. So, because I really wanted to do the Christmas one this last year, but I couldn't do it with Whitney being sick and everything. There was no way it was gonna happen, and had other things going on too on top of that. So this year, Lord willing, I'll get to do the Christmas show. And two, yes, I had 2 other Christmas shows I was doing too. Kind of fallish Christmas shows that were kind of a little bit back to back. So that too. So that I had already committed to. So okay. So now I can attach this one. Get those strings pulled through. Yeah, I thought you did. I thought you did, King. So yeah, Whitney is more local now too. He's not over the road, like I said. So, but local, he still, you know, has to go to different states, but he's still home every night. There are some days he probably should not push it as hard and just, you know, rest, but you know, he's getting older, not younger. He, you know, but he enjoys what he does too. So he really does. My crochet is his trucking. You know, it's what he's always done, along with farming, and it's just in him. It's just in him, and it is. I agree. It is very mentally. It can be physically with whatever you're doing. He trucks for a farmer. He used to have to load and unload hogs with where he's working now, and he's worked here for several years at this place. Prior to that, it wasn't as much. It was a tanker, is mainly what he drove prior, where he was over the road. But where he's at now, he went from hauling hogs, and that, oh my gosh, he would come home beat up some days. And so finally he did say, I'm done. That's for the youngins. And I was glad to hear that, because I told him, I said, I am literally going to invest in you a crash helmet and bubble wrap. Because he would come home with bruises all over his head and just, oh my gosh. I do touch freight. I run down a ramp all day. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, whereas now he doesn't. I mean, he does help, you know, like untarping and things and whatever a lot of times, but there's a lot of those places that, for what he does now, more of the grain and like other substances that he does for farming type stuff more so than anything now. And then he does haul grain sometimes during the farming season, you know. But for the most part, he doesn't have to do a lot of that, because a lot of it at the place, at the facilities, they have people that come out and do that. So, not to say he doesn't ever, because he does, but so yeah, mentally too, it's a lot because you got to be on it. You got to be watching out for the other guy, and some of us four-wheeler people, don't always pay mind, to the road, which is scary because I see it a lot, and I see it whenever I go with him, because I do get to go with him on occasion. I'm not the best co-pilot because I tend to fall asleep. Because if I do go with him, he goes at such weird hours. The hours that I'm going to bed is the hours that he's going, getting up to go to work. So I crawl in the bunk, because he does have a bunk. So I crawl back there, and it is so nice. And because I can sleep better in a moving car than I can my own bed sometimes. So I don't mind it. Now, he doesn't like it whenever I have to stop and go to the bathroom, but it's like, I can't help it. So that being said, I don't go with him a lot, but every now and then I will go. So. I got a route in Key West later tonight. It takes 28 hours to complete. Oh, wow. Yeah, those are long hours. Those are long hours. I feel for you. Because I don't see how Whitney does it. Because like last night, again, he was up at 10 o'clock to go to work, and he won't get home until like 3 or 4 o'clock this evening, depending, if you get held up anywhere, traffic, whatever. I think he's in Kentucky today, so. Which again, for us, is not an outrageous drive, but it's still a drive. It's not like, an hour or two. It's still, he still has some hours there. But it is a familiar route, because even with his past job years ago, he did a lot of work down there. So he totally knows the area. This man, I swear, he could find himself. He could figure out where he's at. If somebody put him in a wet paper bag in the middle of the desert, he'd come out saying, yeah, there's east, there's west, there's north, there's south, there's, whatever. I mean, he could tell you where he was at. But I think that comes with the job too, and just having the skills for the job and all the things. He's always been that way. Now, granted, there are some times he's got himself turned around whenever we have been traveling places that he does not know as well. And he'll say, what is that you got on your phone? Because he doesn't use Google Map. He doesn't use any of that stuff. He is a paper map guy. We have a big American atlas here at home that he goes and looks at every now and then. And he has one in his truck. And we'll usually grab the atlas map whenever we're traveling, just in case. But there are sometimes he'll say, what is that? What's that? What does that say on your thing? And it's like, you told me you didn't need it. So I don't have it. I don't have it on here. Which is it's funny. We I have to give him a hard time every now and then. So. Because I'm directionally challenged. I don't know north, south, east, or west, really, unless I'm in certain places. So I'm lucky because I only do 3 routes a week, so I got good home time. Oh, yeah, that's good. But my gosh, with the hours, with 28-hour turnaround time, yeah, I would hope that you had some home time. Okay, I'm gonna step away for a second and see if Luna's at the front door or not. She hasn't, I haven't heard her, I don't think, but I'm gonna check on her. Oh, there she is, and she is a mess. Oh, Lou. Come on. Are you ready to come in? You can come in. You can come in. You're just a mess. You're just a gooey mess. Yes. Here she is. And she is a mess. Yeah, say hey to people. See? Use a mess. So guess what? She's gonna have to have a bath. And she's not gonna get it right now as long as she, oh my gosh. Hold on. Sister? No. No shakes. You come here. You're gonna get wiped down. Oh, sister. You're gonna have to go lay on your bed after I get you wiped off. Because I'm gonna have to put your stuff in the wash anyway. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to wash your bed anyway, so you're just gonna have to. Oh. Yuck. Why? Oh my goodness. You had fun. You had fun whatever you did. Didn't you? Okay, now you can go. You want your strawberry? I think that's good. More strawberry? Your strawberry cookie? There you go. Good girl. Good girl, let mommy wipe you down. Okay. Oh boy. You're planning on getting married soon? Hey. Well, Luna says hello back, Danae. Hey, Goofy, how are you doing? bad. Working on whips. Hey, there you go. Okay, I think that blue, I don't think I showed the blue though. Well, I think, well, I don't know if I did or not. Okay, so this is the blue one that I did. I think that turned out really pretty too. And so I'm gonna try this one that has, it's that C one, Evening C. I am doing great, and I am working on these flower bookmarks. I got an order this morning for 20 of these bookmarks. So I've got 4 of them done, but of course I'm on here talking and stuff too, so we're not Speedy Gonzales on them right now, but yes, isn't it? It is. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to give it a try to make a flower out of. So, and I can probably do, I'm going to have to, because I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. I'll have 4, I think, that I can, yeah, that I might be able to do a couple out of this, even the variegated, because the strings are a little bit longer on the variation of the colors, so I might be able to get, you know, a few of those maybe in there. And I'm always wanting to start with my color, and I don't need that. I need my green first. Are you a little bit thirsty, Will? You have so much whips. Oh, Goofy, yeah, this is a super easy pattern, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So you could. And the more you practice, the more you crochet, you know, it just... So are you just recently engaged then, Kang? Or have you been engaged for a while and just now kind of planning? Hope you have a blessed day. I'm going to get rest before I drive. Oh, absolutely. You have a long day ahead of you, King. Thanks for popping in and checking in with us, and glad you're doing well and that you're safe. And I had been together with her since she was 19. Good. Well, my son and his now fiance are planning on getting married here within the next year, possibly something. I don't know that they have set a date yet, but everybody keeps asking me, and I'm like, and they've been together for 5 years. So that's exciting that we have that to look forward now to. So will you stay safe? Last month, okay. Yeah, Seth and Annie were engaged over our vacation time here, which was about, oh my gosh, 3 weeks ago. It'll be right around, yeah, right around 3 weeks ago. Fun, exciting times. So congratulations. I can't ask for a better girl. She cooks all my meals and is very supportive, and I don't ask for it. Well, I am glad that you are happy and that you have found someone as a mate that y'all get along, and yeah, whenever you're supportive of one another, that, it's a two-way street. Two-way street. Okay, there's that. Okay, I need to put that to the side because I still need to make my heart. I was 26. I had just turned 26 when I got married. The markets are all over the place, Goofy. They can be at all kinds of venues. One time we had it in an event center. I've had it at churches, malls. I mean, yeah. Yeah, way back in the day, back whenever I was younger, like the 70s, 80s, my grandparents set up at malls for craft things all the time. And it's actually the same one that I'm getting ready to go to right now. And they used to do it all the time. And I remember going and sitting with them and doing my crochet and everything with them. So, and they were ahead of their time for some of that. And it was so fun. And I have a lot of his stuff that he has made. So yeah, there are all kinds of venues that they are held at anymore. Just like fairgrounds. We have one that's coming up that I really wanted to be a part of, that I inquired about, but I am not set up to be outside right now, and I don't know that I want to invest in that if I don't want to continually be participating in outdoor markets. And it's just at a local farm that some people have set up there at their house, at their farm. And me and Whitney have talked about doing that here 2 years ago, but have not ever done it. But that was before we got everything finalized with the grant that we do have that we were wanting to use that for, possibly. So we had even been looking into doing something similar to have people come, and people they'll do that. And this market, I think she pretty well has it filled up. She had it capped at a certain amount of people, and I think she has met that cap, which was like, I don't know, like 25 vendors maybe or something. So, but I opted out because it's all outdoor and it's during Memorial Day weekend. And partly, being Memorial Day weekend, we usually do something too. And with it being outdoor again, I just, I'm thinking weather, I'm thinking wind, I'm thinking, and that's a chance you take. I know that, and not every time is it that way, And I love being outside. But I'm going to say, in the heat of, the summers here, with the humidity and everything, no, I will not be outside doing markets. I'll attend them. I'm all about attending them, but I won't be a vendor. I'm dedicated to my craft, but there's a point that no. Now, if there's indoor stuff that I decide to do, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I'm hoping with this venue, because this is the first time that I have been back to this place in years. So we'll see. And there's been, changing of hands and everything too, of course. And it was a reasonable price, and it's 3 days. And for the price that, that I'm paying for 3 days, and it's a Mother's Day event that's the weekend before Mother's Day. it'll be worth trying, and for no more than what I'm paying to set up, it's worth it. So my grandpa made wood crafts. He was all about woodworking, and he was good at it. He was amazing. Your mom was born in 70. I was born in 69. So I'm old enough to be your mother. Um, oh, you're fine, Daniela. I don't know. Outdoor markets are hard for me. Changing weather always. Yes, Goofy, and that's what I'm saying. It's like with the hot and everything. And then, at certain times of the year, it's more rainy, which right now we're in the rainy season, which there's not a lot of outdoor markets right now around me. Other places different, but around me, there's no outdoor markets right now. And then whenever it gets way too hot, yes. And so, yes, so far, all of the markets that I have done since I'm back into doing them, um, they're indoor. So, yeah. So, Kane, you could be around my boys' age. I don't know. So yeah, with the temperature, with the humidity, I don't care about hot. I can handle hot. That doesn't bother me. But that humidity, and our humidity gets ridiculous here because I'm surrounded by corn and beans. So you talk about come on over and have a sauna. Have a sauna day. I mean, that's exactly what it is here. So because where I'm at, I am in the boonies. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Lucky to get any type of internet to work. And, if I'm going to town, it's going to town. And it's like whenever I say I have a busy day, it's because, okay, I got my ducks in a row. I got my pile of papers that I need to take with me to do whatever, go to the post office, do the mailing stuff, do the banking, do the grocery pickup, do all the things. So on Tuesdays, that's usually my running day because that's my church day. So, and my church is about 35 to 40 minutes from me. So when I have to go through the town that I go to usually do all my trading. And so yeah, I just get it all and done at once. Yes, it is just yeah. It's not the heat that gets you, it's humidity. Yes, Danae. Yes. And I'm a 50s-ish years old woman, and at least I'm not doing the hot flashes thing anymore, but oh, yeah, no. It used to be that I was freezing all the time. Now I'm hot all the time, which I'm not doing the hot flashes, but I mean, it seems like my body is doing what it's supposed to do normally now. It's like I'm normal now. And this is new territory because it used to be I was freezing all the time. At least it seems like I can stay within a comfortable temperature most of the time and kind of to the side of being on the cool side. So I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. So at least I'm out of all that, but I still don't want to be sweating. I don't glisten. I am not a girl that glistens in sweat. I am a girl that full on man sweats. So that's not a pretty sight. At least I feel like that's what happens to me. It may not be exactly what does, but it definitely that's what it feels like and looks like to me. So that's not pretty. And I've always been that way. I did an event with a couple that they brought a generator and a window unit. They set the AC at the edge of the canopy. Hey, that would not be a bad idea. Anything for AC, right? Okay. Thought I was 10 over, but I am right at, so we're good. Thought I lost track of my counting. Because we have a popcorn festival even too, and we were talking about that here a while back, or here just a few days ago, and I was contemplating doing that. But even in September, when that's going on, it can be 90, 100 degrees during that time too. So I'm kind of like, and plus I like to go to watch everything and do and not, and be a part of the people there. So I hate myself when I say I hate winter. It's too cold, all of a sudden boiling hot, right? And I do. I try not to complain too bad too. But oh boy. About to eat a steak dinner with potato before you sleep. Oh, okay. Well, hope you sleep good after that. In fairness, they were an older couple. Oh, yeah. And 104. Oh, yeah. 104. Whew. They insisted that I sit for a bit and cool off, started going to sleep, had to leave. Right. It's ass all like a train. Steak is so bomb. Yum. Yep, it is. It is yummy. But there are some steaks that are better than others too. Okay, I'll leave the green because I'll be tying off into the green. I'll leave that one right now. Yeah, for 104-degree weather and being older, that would be a good thing to have. I agree. But I'm also all about, if I have some circulation of some kind of air too, that's enough sometimes, you know. But if it gets too hot, okay, I don't know. That That was interesting. To look something up. Yeah, I have a small fan. It's small, but it saves me, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh shoot, I need to turn that back. Yep. Oh, and I don't remember if I said I did put who this pattern is by in my description on Etsy. It's Mushyy, Mushyyy. I couldn't remember if I said that or not. If I did, sorry for the repeat. What's something you would make for your mom? I want to give her a handmade gift. Oh gosh. Well, I have made blankets. I've made a couple of blankets for my mom, not big ones, but one was a really, um, which would even still be in style now. I made it a long time ago. It was a granny square that I really liked. That was all different colors that go with her house. That kind of mimics the kind of the farmhouse style of now, even too, and it worked up really fast. Um, it was just a lapgan type, nothing big. Um, what else have I made for her? You could make like a cute market bag that wouldn't take very long. I had this market bag made in a day. I mean, and there's a free pattern for it on Pinterest. I could even try to find that. Um, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what your mom kind of likes too. I don't know your mom. But those are just kind of basic ones. I know the lapgan would be a little bit more, but that bag It's not a very big bag. It's kind of a medium size that you could just grab it as a to-go little purse or something. You could do it in whatever colors. I did it this way just because of spring and Mother's Day. But I'm getting ready to also do this coral rose color and the teal color, and it will probably be in my go bag for projects to work on while I'm at my market. Um, so oh, and earrings too. I wasn't thinking of that. Yes, yes, yes. The earrings are fast if you want. There's crochet patterns out there for crochet, even out there, to do if you wanted to do something, crocheted, or even just, you know, the actual, getting the jewels and stuff. If you make jewelry and doing that way, yes, absolutely. Wasn't even thinking of that, Goofy. She loves eating. Well, you could get her a little gift card, and there was if she likes coffee and stuff, there was some cute little keychains that I was going to try making that were little coffee cups. There's different food amigurumi keychain stuff that you could work up really fast too. If she has a favorite food, there's a cute little taco that I was going to try to make. I haven't done it yet, but I found a pattern. I don't know if it's an actual pattern. I haven't went in to look, but even still, it's one that I can figure out on my own probably to make. So, stuff like that. Oh my goodness. I didn't mean to say eating, but hey, she does love Starbucks, right? Yeah, I mean, because they're cute little coffee things that, well, actually, I think I found a pattern on Etsy. I don't remember if I ordered it or not, because I think it was like $1 something maybe for the pattern. I don't remember now. Don't hold me to it. I can look here in a minute. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay, good, Lenora. Oh gosh. It's always good when that happens, Lenora. What time is it? Oh wow, I still have an hour and 15 minutes. So hey, I'm not crocheting real fast, but that's okay. These aren't really going to take me too long because I probably work on them later tonight too, a little bit, and work on my watering can gnome. And like I said, I just really next week with the market coming, I just kind of want to just chill, make sure everything's done, have everything ready for whenever I'm gone, which I'll be home of an evening. But that's what Whitney said. Well, are you going to stay up there or what? Are you going to get a hotel room? It's like, no, I'll be home, but it'll be late when I get home because I'll be there until they close. So yeah, I will be gone literally all day, every day. I'm going to have to make sure I have my contract over here that I'm going to get it mailed today too. I need to get her messaged and let her know because I was just going to drop it off to her, but I'm just going to go ahead and mail it because I'm not going to be over that way, I don't think, before then. So, because I kept thinking that, I'll be over there, I can just drop it off. But no, I'm not going to be. So, I'll be back. I'm going to find patterns and eat a little something. Okay, Goofy. Yeah, it saves me typing, right? Do you just have Ryan today, Lenora, or do you have a bunch of kids? I didn't know schedule-wise, vacation-wise, like holiday stuff, whatever. Everybody's different in school districts and states, so I'm behind on the times of when all the spring break stuff happens and whatever, and time off from school for holiday and okay, I got that tacked down good. I think I'll thread this through a little bit more in the back to anchor it a little more, hide it better. Okay, those from that pack that I used, or not pack, but that blue that I used. And I think I am going to continue with the color off of that to make another one. I have just a straight blue one over here, but I don't think I'm going to go ahead and use it. I think I'm just going to go off of this one here that is so pretty because that left like just like a little bit of blue on that heart. which is really cute. Spring break is over. Just have Ryan and Levi for a bit. Gotcha. I figured it probably was over, but you know, like I've said before, when I think I know, I don't. So, that's why yesterday was crazy. I didn't get anything finished yesterday. I'm making progress today, but not looking like I'll get it finished. Aw. Yeah. Because you have markets coming up in May, don't you, Lenora? Too? Yes, first one is the 10th and then the 17th. Yeah, that's what I thought. this one first. Okay, down. Don't turn on me. There you go. Oh, where'd you go? That's interesting. Starting to die. Had to bounce around plugging in all my devices this morning. Well, not all of them. I already had my Wi-Fi box thing. I had it charging already last night, so I didn't have to worry about that, but and I at least remembered to have my phone plugged in last night because sometimes I forget to do that. And then if I wake up in the night, then I try to get it unplugged because I don't want to leave it on there all night long. And then, of course, I needed to plug in my tablet thingy. Not tablet, but you know what I mean. Amazon thing. No, I don't like it that way. Which it usually, the charge in it lasts pretty good because it's, I just got it at Christmas, so it holds its charge pretty good. But my phone, I mean, it still does pretty good. I mean, for being on live and stuff, it holds its charge decently. And it takes a lot out of it anyway whenever you're on here. My phone before this, though, oh my gosh, I had to like practically have it charged in 24/7. Towards the end because it was just bad. But it was really old. But I did get my newer one before it did totally poop out on me and lose everything. Because I've been in those situations before where it's just given out on me and then it's like, oh, I have no phone now. Don't like that feeling either. And I'm sitting here thinking about my Aldi order that I have to pick up, and I was thinking about what I'm having to pay for this order. And this order is just what usually like our weekly, just general whatever. And sometimes, we can go about 2 weeks. And I know for some people, there's only 3 of us here, so granted, I know, costs and everything isn't going to be as high as for other families and stuff like that. And I do have the app, so I don't have to pay all the fees and everything or whatever because I have paid to have that. But it very much went up $50 because it used to be just for our general weekly, maybe every 2 weeks I could get by with $150 for the 3 of us. for just our basic, like if we needed more eggs, cheese, milk, if we needed any paper products, which usually we buy up in bulk to where we don't have to get that all the time, but just as a general. We don't even really do paper plates and stuff anymore since I'm at home all the time. We just do that, and if I do that, a lot of times I'll get it at a Dollar Tree or something, if it's if we're having a birthday or something. But just within the last week, I have noticed easily $50 more. That just blows my mind. And that wasn't even getting like multiples of anything, because a lot of times, I'll go ahead and stock up if we're running, if I'm on my last one of something, I might grab two of something. This time I just went through and got one of everything, and still $50. Because I hate to see how much it would have been if I would have, got extra, but it's everybody, it's not just me. But it just seems like a lot of money just for 3 people. And that's not even counting our bulk, because we usually go like once about a month and a half, and do more of a bulk buy, so that's not even including that. And even, at 150 a week, every other week, whatever, again, I know it's not crazy, because there's some families out there that it's way more than that, but they have more in a family. But just seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. But I just have to continue to be thankful that we're able to do it, because I very much am. There's a time where we couldn't, literally. It was, we've had our rough patches, so I'm thankful at the same time. I know I want to keep those there. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, I got that blue done. And this is from that variegated of the blue. So that made a pretty blue. Because this one's almost like a purpley kind of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoo, 6. 6 down. Trying to decide what I want to do. I'm going to do one of these pink. And I'll go back to that blue if I need it. And this is, I love this cotton in the color Rosy 2. we go. Birds and bugs, birds and bugs. We've already had, I don't know how many birds fly into our windows with these big picture windows, and it has to knock them silly. And it's not quiet. What happens? Most of my whips are not crank them out projects, so they may get put aside a while. We'll see. Yeah. But see, I just love the way that little heart turns out. I've never made them that way before, and I think it's so pretty. Welcome back, Goofy. Aw. Hello? I am doing great. How are you? I'm just gonna say ham. If you don't mind, because I pronunciation, all the things. We're gonna have to take that out so I can. Oh, actually, I want it to go that way. Well, I got that all crocheted in about 15 minutes-ish, but give or take. But all the sewing to get it tacked on is what takes. But still, it's not bad. Considering the little critters were taking an hour. This one over here. Okay, so 22 minutes. I kind of timed it that time just to see, and I wasn't even really working that fast. So yeah, I mean, it's going pretty quick. Can't complain about that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that I've got done. So I think I am just going to start cleaning up. Because I will be gone for the rest of the evening. I probably am going to pack me a little go bag. Set some of this to the side to take with me. So I think I am going to make a white one. I'm going to make kind of a teal colored one of that colored teal. I'm not going to take the cones with me. Take my green. And I don't know if I want to do the blue now or not. And I think I'll take this with me to maybe, I don't know, or I may grab a purple. I think I have a purple over here I'm gonna grab. Hello, Valerie. No, it's not bad time at all to get one done, 20 minutes. I mean, and that I wasn't even hurrying, you know, because I still want to take my time because I want to make those pest stitches nice and stuff, and I want to get everything nice and secure, you know. I'm gonna get my purple. I have a little bit of purple here. A little ball of it here, so grab that and see if there's any other little pieces that I really would like to put in. I'll make one out of that. That'll be pretty. Okay, I got purple and another variegated that I'm going to take, and I'm just going to take this little bag with me. Usually I take my crochet bag, but I'm not taking as much with me this right now, so. And this way I'm just taking my one hook and my pair of scissors. Well, no, wait a minute. Yes. Pair of scissors, my hook, this for my sewing needles. And that's all I had to pack, so I've got that packed. Because I'll have time in between some of my stuff in church, so that I'll have time that I can maybe do it, whip up a few. I always overpack though, you know, so what's new? And I'll leave out, you have to leave out my gnome. Go ahead and pack those back in, and I don't think I'm going to use these greens. I think I'm going to stick with the green I've been using. I got them out just in case, and I love this green. Absolutely love it. Bright citrus. It is. It's so pretty. And it's pretty close to the one that I'm using. It's a little bit brighter, but not much. Keep that sitting here because I'm going to need that for later. Oh, my nose. Okay, so I've got that. Got that. Oh. And I think I will stick my tablet in here just in case, because you never know, I could lose my mind, get focused elsewhere, and forget. Okay, now, okay, I've already paid that, so I don't have to worry about that. I did that yesterday. There's a check that I need to take with me to the bank, so this can go in my bag. Now, I was going to look at this contract really quick. Yes, it's a 12 by 12 booth with 8 feet banquet tables, with 2 8-feet banquet tables. So my tables were actually a 10, so what the coverings I got should be fine, because I just got sheets is what I got. That my other coverings are black, and they're the ones that, you know, tuck in under your legs of your table, which I really do like. I really do like, because it stays in place really good, and I don't have any problems with them. I really liked it. But my sheets, this, we'll see how it goes. I mean, because they didn't have the color that I really wanted for the ones that go under your legs. And plus, I don't want to end up getting 10 different sizes, you know, because, so, which these would have fit and been fine for, even though I have 10 feet tables, they would have just been extra, you know, sagging a little bit, but that would have been fine. So, but I just wanted something kind of pretty for it being Mother's Day, and they were not expensive. I got a 2-pack for like $13, I think, and they are nice sheets. I've got them already, and they're nice. They're very pretty. They're a blush color, kind of rosy blush. So one booth space is 12 by 12, 2 is 12 by 24, and 3 is a 12 by 36. Each booth space gets 2 8-feet tables. Leave 4 feet between your booth and the vendors next to you. Booths in the east and west hall are placed in the center of the hall and must leave 8 feet between booth and wall for fire code safety. Booths in the north-south hall are placed against the wall and must also leave 8 feet between booths on opposite wall for the same purpose. Booth space Requests are on a first come, first served basis. Vendors' names will be on the booth tables the Thursday before a show. So 10 to 8 on Friday and Saturday, and then noon to 5 on Sunday. So I have no clue where I'm going to be within this place, of course. So I am going to message her to let her know I'm mailing this today. So I may just ask her, you know, if it's something where people that have been going for a long time, if there's already set places for people that, you know, I don't know. And the rest of it is just basically common sense rules that unlawful activity, responsibility of, you know, the risk of loss to property and damage and blah, blah, blah. Code of conduct. Your basic, yeah, general rules. So get that sent off today. I need to take this with me too today. So, okay, I guess I'm gonna get off of here. It's a few minutes ahead of time, but you know, that's all right. So I need to get this filled out real quick because I have not filled it completely out. And then I need to get a check written and stuff. So, and get her messaged real fast. So anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today and keeping me company. And it was fun doing these bookmarks. So I don't think it's gonna not take me no time at all to get them done, I believe. So, and get this order out and still stay on track for market. I think everything's pretty set for it right now. So yeah, I don't want to talk, I don't want to be too boastful on that because, you know, just in case there might be something that I'm missing right now. But so anyway, you guys have a great day and we will see you tomorrow. Valerie, my market is the first weekend in May, so I still have this week and part of next week. So thank you very much, Valerie, for wishing me well. So tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Yeah. So I'll be on at 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing y'all then. And I may have all my bookmarks done by then. Who knows? I may have more of an update on my watering can gnome too. So anyway, you have a great night. I love you. I appreciate every single one of you. You take care and we'll talk again soon. Bye.